This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for Monday, April 14th, 2025. I'm Marek Mazurek. Ethan Adderson uses a wheelchair, but he's overcome obstacles to master many aspects of music, from playing the trumpet to performing in marching bands. But one element has long eluded him, conducting an ensemble, but he just surmounted that too. Adderson has Duchenne muscular dystrophy. DMD is a genetic disorder that causes progressive muscle degeneration affecting breathing and mobility. As a result, Adderson can't lift his arms and has very little hand mobility. Developing the assistive technology is an ongoing project for Adderson, who's working toward a master's degree in music at Ball State.
And I believe conducting is one way, because you have to be in a kind of a leadership position too. You have to learn how to guide other people and make those people feel like they're contributing and like they matter, basically. So really, that's what inspires me the most behind it.
The first piece of Adderson's project borrows a method from James Rose, a conductor in England with cerebral palsy. Rose developed the method to attach a baton to his glasses and move his head to move the baton, which displays the tempo for the ensemble. But Adderson is writing his own soundtrack by expanding Rose's method, conducting communications not only using tempo, but also musical expression, with each hand assigned one role. Just days ago, Adderson's aspirations hit a high note when he successfully debuted the baton and glasses portion of the method while conducting a Ball State recital. Indianapolis-based Allison Transmission has appointed Scott Mell as its new chief financial officer and treasurer. Mell most recently served as the CFO of Michigan-based manufacturer TriMas Corporation. Mell succeeds Fred Boley, who was promoted to chief operating officer for Allison last June, though he remained as CFO until a replacement was named. Mell has nearly 30 years of strategic and financial leadership experience. Allison Transmission is Indiana's 18th largest public company with $3 billion in revenue in 2023, according to the IBJ. The company has 3,500 employees, with 2,800 located in Indiana. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
To succeed, you need to stay informed. You need to be engaged. And let's face it, you need to set yourself apart from the rest by connecting with a company that brings you the best. Because in today's environment, business is an ever-moving target, and we'll help you chase it. IBJ Media. The best of business is in us. Get started at ibjmedia.com/youngprofessional.
The Ports of Indiana Burns Harbor celebrated the opening of the 2025 international shipping season by welcoming the arrival of its first ocean vessel of the year. The MV Pyle, a bulk carrier, arrived in the northwest Indiana port on Friday after sailing from the Netherlands 19 days earlier. To mark the occasion, Port Director Ryan McCoy presented the Steel Stein to Captain Janusz Stanek. The Stein commemorates Northwest Indiana's identity as the steel capital of North America, according to the Port Authority. Indiana's three ports, Burns Harbor, Jeffersonville, and Mount Vernon, handled 13 million tons of cargo in 2024, up 3% from the previous year. In Burns Harbor, more than 50% of the cargo that travels through is steel-related. A somewhat obscure federal program designed to reduce drug prices for health providers is getting scrutiny from Indiana lawmakers this year, with many questioning whether those savings are being used effectively. As designed, the 340B program lets hospitals buy medications at steeply discounted prices from drug makers. Hospitals are then supposed to use the money they saved on the drug purchases to treat low-income and underserving populations. But between 2005 and 2023, the program's total drug purchases grew from $2.4 billion to $66.3 billion, with the explosive growth exposing a rift between hospitals taking advantage of the discounted prices but not passing the money along to underserved communities. In response, state legislators are considering a bill to establish reporting requirements on qualified 304B entities. The latest version of the bill would require certain health providers under the program report their total drug acquisition costs and payments, their pharmacy dispensing payments, how 403B savings were used, patient makeup, and more. In pushing back, hospitals say the savings from 304B weren't ever meant to go directly to patients, but rather it offsets other programming. And for other bills this session that deal with Indiana's hospitals, small rural systems protest getting lumped in with the state's larger health systems. For instance, Brenda Reitz, CEO of the Greene County Hospital System, estimated her hospital got roughly $500,000 in benefits from 304B last year, but spent nearly half of that on self-auditing and administration. She said that relatively small cushion let her system keep its obstetrics and gynecology service lines open, as well as a cardiopulmonary rehabilitation. The bill dealing with the 304B program is now in conference committee. Carmel Mayor Sue Finkman is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Marek Mazurek for Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand.